guiding you through a gentle chair yoga flow. Okay, namaskar, everyone, and welcome to your yoga practice for this morning. My name is Sandhya, and I will be guiding you through a gentle chair yoga flow. Chair yoga is really great because it allows for a yoga practice for all ability levels. It's very accessible, especially because all you need for this practice is a chair, preferably a chair that's not too high and that your feet can comfortably rest flat on the floors. So we will start with our centering. So just closing the eyes here and begin to lengthen the breath. Feeling each inhale as the belly rises and each exhale as the belly falls. Just coming to center in that space within. That space where you feel lighter, at peace, love and support. And with each breath, feel the mind clearing and quieting, and the body relaxing. Just being here and now, being present with yourself. And take this moment now to invite the presence of all of our guides and masters of light, including our own Guru Sri Vasudeva. May we always feel the divine guidance and support and grace in our lives. And we'll open our yoga practice with the sacred sound of Om. Breathing out gently. Breathing in. Sitting in that silent space, you'll gently open the eyes when we feel ready, and we will move into our pranayama and breathing exercises for this morning. So pranayama are exercises that work with the prana, the life force energy that is within all of our subtle beings. So we have our physical body, as we know, and we have our subtle body. Prana is behind all of our action and our movement in the body. It's the driving life force. In times like these, when there is a lot of stress and anxiousness and a lot of unwellness, generally, sickness and fear, pranayama helps us to focus these energies, direct them, channel them, and heal and energize our bodies so that we can have a holistic wellness in our life. When the mind is busy and active, running through worries or concerns, hopping from one idea to the other, the prana itself is also out of balance, unorganized. When we direct the prana, organize it, and channel it through these exercises, we can help to bring clarity and quietness to the mind as well. We can also channel it to heal different areas of our body, heal our nervous system, bring more vitality or energy, heal our immune system as well. So there's a lot we can do with this. And as we do these exercises, I just invite you to continue to observe and be aware of how you're feeling within your body. If you notice a change and any differences, just really observe here. So before we go into our pranayama exercises, we will do our cleansing breath just to really wake ourselves up. This allows us to expel carbon dioxide or stale oxygen that still exists in our lungs after shallow breathing overnight. So breathing out, we'll begin. Just relax here, using our deep diaphragmatic breathing, really breathing into the navel area. Each expansion of the belly as we breathe in, and each contraction as the belly pulls into the spine with each exhale. Just observe and be present with it. And then we'll gently open our eyes and we'll move on to our first pranayama exercise, Kapalabhati, or the breath of fire. Again, this really helps to charge up our vitality, the energy center in our gut here. This is that sharp exhalation. So again, just be aware of your experiences with this exercise. So cleansing breath out. Breathing in. And begin. And slowly relax here. Breathing deeply and slowly. Again, the deep diaphragmatic breaths into the navel. If you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, you can use this as well to also help to clear and quiet the mind. And then we will gently open our eyes and we will repeat a second round of our Kapalabhati. Cleansing breath out. In. Begin. And relax. Quietly sitting, observing, using the deep yogic breath here. And then we will gently open our eyes when we feel ready, and we'll move on to our next pranayama exercise. This is the alternate nostril breath. So for our bodies, physically, this helps to balance both sides of our brain. At any point during the day, one of our nostrils is breathing just slightly stronger than the other. So it could be your left or it could be your right. And these nostrils correspond to the opposite sides of the brain. So the left nostril corresponds to the right brain, the right nostril to the left brain. And when we do this practice, we bring it so that the nostrils are breathing equally, and therefore the brain is able to work equally with both sides. In the subtle level, we have these right and left energy channels moving up along the spine. And we're bringing them together, bringing them to move along evenly. So for this, we'll find our mudra, which is, we'll tuck the middle and the index finger into the palm. The ring finger and the pinky comes out, and the thumb. These will be doing the blocking. So for this, we will inhale for a count of 4, and we'll exhale for a count of 8. Again, in the physical sense, this allows us to expel all the air out of our lungs. We have a tendency to keep remnants. Part of this can never be expelled, but some of it through deeper exhalations can be expelled. And this just allows us to take in more fresh oxygen when we inhale. Why not empty a pot before you fill it up with water? Why keep the old water in? So we'll start by plugging the right nostril and just exhaling normally through the left. Then in through the left, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Plug the left, release the right, exhale through the right, Om 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug right, exhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is one round. Inhale through the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug left, exhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slowly taking the hands from the face, closing the eyes, and just take one last moment to be aware and observe. Observe any subtle changes within the body. Breathing normally here. Being aware. Good. And then keeping this awareness of the breath and just this awareness of the entire being, we'll just gently open our eyes and we'll start to come into our physical asanas. So there's also a great benefit just to doing physical exercise, whether this is walking, maybe jogging, or doing yoga. This just allows the body to move, allows us to exercise the heart, exercise the muscles, brings more energy, wakefulness to our bodies, and it also helps our immune system as well as our mental health. There's a lot of positive brain chemicals that are released when we do physical exercise. And again, in a time when there is a lot of stress, a lot of negative news, it's really important we take care of our bodies, and both physical and subtle, so that we may live our best lives. So we'll start making sure that your feet are flat on the floor here, knees hip distance apart, hands can rest on the thighs, palms facing down or palms facing up. So this is known as our Tadasana or mountain pose in chair yoga. We'll bring our hands by our sides here on either side of the legs of the chair, and we're going to inhale the hands up, reach the hands overhead, reach for the sky here, bring the hands together. And then we're going to exhale Exhale, bringing the hands by the side. And as we exhale, we're going to start to come halfway into a forward fold on our chairs. So we still have our core muscles engaged here. We're not folding over our thighs. Our arms are out by our sides here. Our back is engaged. Good. And then we're going to inhale the hands back up and bring the palms together. Exhale, hands come down again. Coming halfway here. Engage the core muscles here. Engage the back muscles. Hold yourself here. And then inhaling the hands back up. Good. And then exhale again one more time. Shoulder height with the hands, engaging all the muscles. Good. And then we'll inhale the hands back up. Releasing all the hands to clasp except the index fingers. Allow them to point up. You're going to gently squeeze the sides of the head with the forearms. And then on your next exhale, keeping the hips square, we're going to start to fold over to the right side. So now the fingertips are pointing to the right side here. Feel a really deep stretch along the left side of your body here. Stretch, only folding as much as you can. The more you fold, the more you're going to be working your core muscles here. And then we'll inhale the hands back up. Exhale now over to the left side. Don't lose the stretch and the strengthening in the arms. They're squeezing towards the side of the head. Don't let the elbows bend too much here. Otherwise, you lose the stretch. There will be a little bit of tension, strengthening of the muscles here. Inhale the hands back up. Exhale one more time over to the right. Stretch here. Really point the fingertips. And inhale back up. And then we'll exhale over to the left one last time. And inhale the hands back up. Good. Arms can come out into shoulder height T position and just begin to roll the arms back. The circles can start off small and then go bigger. Really circling the arm muscles here, letting them stretch out and then go in the other direction here. Good. Hands can come by your sides. Bring your shoulders up to your ears and exhale as you drop them down. Inhale up. Inhale up. One more. Up. Good. Roll the shoulders back. 1, 2, 3. Roll the shoulders forward. 1, 2, 3. Good. Arms come back out to shoulder height T position. We're going to turn our palms so that they're facing behind us, facing the back wall. And then as we inhale, we're going to try and turn our palms so that they're also facing the back wall. We're trying to make a total 360-degree turn from our shoulders. Now, so the pinky fingers are on top, but our palms are still trying to face the back. Okay, and then we're going to turn them back. Thumbs pointing down, palms facing the back wall. And then on your next inhale, turn the palms almost 360 degrees. Try to bring the pinkies on top with the palm facing out. One more. Exhale, thumb comes down. And inhale. Try to really get that full rotation. Good. Bringing the hands down. Inhale, the right hand up by the ear, stretching it up. And again, reaching that hand over to the left side, really reaching the fingertips. Good, and on your next exhale, we're gonna roll the hand so that it comes out to the front. It reaches down to the chair while the left hand rolls up towards the right side, stretching. Stretch really far with that hand. Hand is pointing. Okay, and then again, rotate it, rolling a little bit forward. That left hand rolls forward, reaches for the chair, while that right hand starts to stretch out, roll up, and reach over to the left. We want to do this a little bit like a flow. allowing the rolling to happen as the hands slowly switch positions here. One last time on each side, trying to get that full rotation here. You're going to feel that slight curve in the spine. And almost there, and coming back into center. Good. I'm going to bring the arms one last time out into shoulder height T position. Hands stretch on either side. We're going to inhale the hands back up, clasp the hands together, and this time we're going to twist as our arms come out. So we're going to, on our next exhale, we twist towards the right as our arms come down into T position. Inhale the hands back together. Exhale, bring them down, T position. Inhale together. Exhale, T position. Inhale together. Exhale, T position. Inhale back together. Hands come down. Now there are 4 letters you need to remember if you ever want to give your shoulders a bit of an opening and a stretch, especially if you tend to work at your computers a lot, which many of us are doing now that we're working from home. The first letter is Y. So we've already done this a little bit. We're making a Y with our arms, stretching the arms, stretching the shoulders. The second letter we make is T. We've done this already. Hands stretch out, shoulder height. Shoulders are a little bit more relaxed here. Then, bringing the hands together, bringing the hands a little closer to our ears, we make a W. Elbows drop a little down. We're trying to draw the shoulder blades together down our back. We're trying to really bring those elbows together. So W. And then our elbows come down to our sides, and we try and do a thumbs up here. These are L's on both sides. So shoulders, elbows are close to the body, shoulders are down. Our thumb is pointing up as we make 2 L's. So we'll try that one more time. Hands reach up and we make a Y. T, W, and L. Good. And then just give everything a little bit of a shake here. Great. So now we're going to come into our first forward fold. So inhale the hands up. Exhale. You can engage the core muscles here to fold over, or you can walk the hands down the legs. First, hands rest on the knees. We come into that flat back position. So we're not folding all the way down. We've done this once before. Then you can lower yourself all the way down with your core or walk your hands down your legs as we come into a forward fold here. Just letting the head hang heavy. You can take your feet out a little bit wider here as well, just to give yourself a little more space. Hands can rest on the floor, rest on the ankles, and you can shake your head out as if you're saying yes first, and then shake it as if you're saying no. Feeling the stretch. Taking really deep breaths here as much as possible. Feel the belly pressing into the legs as you inhale and exhale. Good. And then we're going to slowly rise up. So you can choose to tuck the chin into the chest and roll up, or you could tighten the abdominals, and use your core to help you come up, or you can walk your hands up your legs. Either way, come back to that seated position. So we've done a lot of shoulder opening and shoulder stretches. Just a few more here. In your chair, you have a choice to bring your hands behind you and grab opposite elbows. So your right hand is grabbing your left elbow and your left hand is grabbing your right elbow. Or if you're feeling very open in your shoulders and chest, you can come into a reverse prayer. So bringing the palms together at mid-back. Just trying to find a nice shoulder opening that's not too uncomfortable or painful. Good. And then we'll slowly release from this. Give everything a little bit of a shake here. Good. Then we're going to, on your next inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Left leg stays down, knee bent, foot on the floor, right knee into the chest. Now you can choose to stay here, or you can begin to straighten that right leg and move your hand so that it's holding behind that right thigh as you try and extend that right leg up. Try to keep the back as straight as possible here. So we may want to curve into our back, especially if our hamstrings are very tight. And if that's the case, just introduce a slight bend into that right leg. We don't want to compromise the back for this exercise. You can also just hug the knee into the chest. You don't even have to straighten at all. Holding and breathing here. And then we'll release down. Bringing the right knee, the left knee now, into the chest. The right knee now is, the left knee is now being hugged in. The right knee is bent and the foot flat on the floor. We'll hug it into our chest here. And remembering you can choose to stay here, or you can straighten that leg out. Keeping a bend in that left knee if you need to keep the back straight, just so that we don't lose or compromise that. Good. Holding and breathing. And we'll slowly bring that leg back down. Bringing the hands onto the thigh muscles, we're going to begin to rotate out the waist and hip area. So making big circles with our waist, our upper torso. Knees are pretty wide here as we do this. And it does not have to be a fast circle. You can really get into it, coming into towards the knees, really coming, bringing the chest as close to the knees as you can with a flat back. Coming to that side, curling the spine as you rotate back, and then rotate forward. Good. And then switching directions here. So the circles don't have to be big, but the deeper the circle, the more of a stretch you'll get. So work with your own body here. A few more breaths here. Good. And then let's come back into center here. So since we're already sitting on a chair, it'd be very difficult to do chair pose. We're going to come and reverse our chair. So making sure that the knees are hip distance apart, we're going to bring the hands up overhead, bringing the arms parallel to the ears. And we're going to lean forward, almost coming into that half forward fold again. And we're going to begin to come up off of our chair. Slowly pushing ourselves up, engaging our core, bending the knees, back is straight, arms by the ears, and we're in our chair pose. If at any point this chair pose begins to be a bit much, you can actually just sit back on your chair. Otherwise, I challenge you to really strengthen the thigh muscles, engage the core, and hold. Hold and breathe. Good. And then on your next exhale, slowly sitting back onto the chair, hands come down by the sides, and then shaking out your legs. here, giving them a little bit of a shake. Now we will be coming into our warrior series. So start by bending with your feet parallel, turning so that you're facing the left side, sitting on the left edge of your chair, on the edge again, making sure your feet are resting flat on the floor. And then from here, just begin to slide off the chair just a little bit. So now it's only the left thigh that's resting on the chair. The right is hanging off. From here, you can either keep your hands on the chair for support, or you can bring your hands to your hip. Bring that right leg back halfway. So making a 90-degree angle with both legs. Looking forward, keeping the back straight. Holding here. And once you start to feel that you're steady and strong here, you can begin to move that leg all the way back now. And once you move it back behind you, opening the hips to the side of the room, front knee is bent in a 90-degree angle, looking over the front fingertips as you raise your arm to a shoulder height T position. So this is our warrior two. It looks very similar to our warrior two without the chair. Shoulders are still relaxed. The weight is balanced in between both legs. Holding and breathing here. Good. And then on your next exhale, you're going to flip that front palm up, that left palm. Right back arm slides down the back leg, or it rests on the chair. That front palm comes up to the ceiling. Maybe the gaze follows the hand here, or maybe it looks down towards that back leg. Holding and breathing. Again, feeling that nice stretch. Good. And then our hands come back into our warrior two arms, shoulder height T position. And then we rest that front arm, elbow on that front thigh, and we come into our side angle pose. So that back arm comes up to the ceiling, or maybe it reaches forward. You can turn your head up to look to the ceiling, or you can keep your gaze down to look at your bottom leg. Holding and breathing. And inhale back up to those warrior two arms. And on your next breath, we're going to exhale, draw the legs back together as we come back to center on our chairs. Holding here for a breath. Let's just reset. So we're going to inhale the hands up and exhale the hands back down. Good. We're going to turn towards now the right side with both legs, making sure first they're parallel, then sliding a little bit. So only the right leg is now resting on the chair. The left leg is hanging off. So we start first by moving that left leg back just halfway. So the legs look like a 90-degree angle. Hands can rest on the hips or maybe on the chair, using the support where you need to. Back is straight, chin is parallel to the floor. And once you feel steady and strong here, you can begin to move that left leg back behind you, opening the hips to the side of the room, coming into your full expression of warrior two. That back foot is resting on the ground. Arms, shoulder height T position, looking over those front fingertips. Shoulders are not up by the ears, but they're relaxed down. And there is an equal amount of weight on each foot. There's also weight being supported by the chair, of course, but there's not a leaning back one direction or the other. Holding and breathing here. Good. And then let's turn that front palm up towards the ceiling, that right hand. Back left arm slides down the back leg, or it rests on the chair as we lift that front hand up to the ceiling. Feeling that side body stretch once again. Maybe our gaze is up to the ceiling, or maybe it has turned to look at that back leg. Then we hold and breathe. Try to find the ease and the comfort in the posture. And then we'll bring the hands back to our warrior two arms. Front arm, elbow rests on that front thigh. Back hand maybe reaches up to the sky, or maybe it reaches a little bit forward. Gaze is up to the ceiling, or maybe it's looking down towards that front foot. We'll feel that opening in the chest, pushing that chest forward, trying to open as much as you can. Good, and then on your next exhale, we come back to our warrior two. And we slowly bring our legs back together here. Coming back to center here. We're going to reset. Just one. Inhale the hands up. And exhale them back down. Now we're going to draw the feet so that they're together. Knees are pressed together here. We're going to bring the hands to our heart center. We're going to come into that half forward fold. So the core and the back muscles are engaged here. Hands are pressed together, pressed into the chest. Then we're going to twist, trying to hook that left elbow on the outside of that right knee, right thigh. Pressing the hands together, pressing against the thigh with the elbow. Trying to twist as much as we're able to do here. Maybe all that we're able to twist is just a little bit. The elbow doesn't reach the thigh, but we're starting to feel a twist in our lower back area. That's perfect. Or maybe we can hook it all the way on the outside of that knee and we're feeling the deep, deep twist. Holding and breathing here. Good, and then on your next inhale, let's come back to center. Holding here for just a beat. And then let's twist towards the other side as we exhale. So now right elbow hooks on the outside of that left knee, left thigh if we can. Otherwise, maybe we're just twisting towards the left thigh area, starting to feel the twist in our lower back. Or maybe we're in a very deep twist. You work with your own back and your own bodies here. Determine how you can get the most out of this stretch. We don't want to strain our bodies. They already go through so much in our lives. Good. And then let's slowly come back into center. Rolling the shoulders back a few times, maybe shaking out the legs. Okay. Let's stretch the right leg out flat, out in front of you, flexing those toes. So the right knee is straight as much as possible. The right toes are flexed back towards your face. We're going to come into a hamstring stretch here. So the more you flex the toes back towards your face, the deeper the stretch will be. You'll really, by flexing the toes more back towards your face, you're engaging the entire back of your leg here. And you'll start to notice a deeper stretch. Pressing gently into that left thigh, coming into our half fold again. So the core muscles and the back muscles are a little bit engaged, but mostly we're supporting ourselves with our hands on that left thigh. Flex those right toes towards your face, deepen that hamstring stretch. Hold and breathe here. And on your next inhale, let's come back up. Bending that right knee. Let's straighten out that left leg now. Flex those toes as much as you're able to back towards your face until you start to feel that stretch along that back left leg. Pressing the hands into the thigh, the right thigh. Begin to fold a little forward. Our back and our core is engaged, but our hands are really supporting the most of our weight. Just keep flexing here, folding more and more forward. Holding and breathing here. And on your next breath, bringing the leg back up, rolling the shoulders back. Good. Then we'll come into a gluteal stretch. So let's cross the right ankle over that left thigh, making a 4 with the legs. Start by just rotating out the ankle here in one direction and rotate it out in the other direction. We'll flex the toes and then point the toes, flex the toes and point the toes. This is also a stretch for the hips. So we're going to press into that right thigh with the right hand as we, again, fold forward into that halfway stretch. This is going to be a stretch for our gluteal muscles, but also our hips. So we tend to sit a lot, again, if we're working from home, but in general, we often have a lifestyle where we sit often. And this just gently helps to open our hip muscles, our hip flexors, our hip muscles here. Very low impact to the knees as well. And let's slowly come back up here. Bring that right leg out, point the toes, flex the toes. As we lift the leg up, just hover it for a few moments and bring it back down. Okay, now our left ankle crosses just above the right thigh here. So first, just by rotating out the ankle in one direction and in the other. Good. Now we're going to start to stretch that hip muscle, the hip flexors, the joints here by pressing into that thigh with that left hand as we start to fold forward, coming into that half fold. Holding and breathing into the stretch here. And then slowly coming back up, let's stretch that left leg out in front of you, hovering it Let's flex and point the toes, holding it here. And then let's slowly bring it back down. Good. Just before we come to the end of our yoga practice, let us come to one standing posture for today. So just coming to a stand, bringing the chair so that it comes to the left side first. We'll move to the other side for the next side of the balancing posture. So we'll do our tree pose for today. Spread the toes of that left leg. And then we'll just begin to gently pick up that right foot. So maybe it comes into a kickstand posture, just resting against the ankle. Maybe it comes to the calf muscle, or maybe it even reaches all the way up to the thigh muscle. Holding onto the chair for support here, other hand rests on the hip. Maybe you find you're feeling very steady and balanced here. You can take your hand off of the chair and rest it on your hip. Maybe your hand moves up to your heart center. Maybe you even come into your tall expression of the tree here. Maybe one hand rests on the chair while the hand reaches up. Just decide what works for you here. Find somewhere to focus. Maybe closing the eyes and turning the focus internal. Holding and breathing here. Good. And we'll slowly bring the hand down, back to the hip, wherever it is. Turn that right knee forward and bring it down. Good. Let's move the chair or move ourselves so that we're on the other side of the chair. So now the right hand can rest on it as we repeat on the other side. So this time now we're going to spread the toes, ground down to our right leg, and we pick up our left. Into kickstand, against the calf, maybe even against the thigh. Let's find our hands to either rest on the chair, on the hips. Maybe they don't need the chair and they come to the heart center or above the head. Finding your focus and your balance here, breathing deeply. Maybe closing the eyes so the focus becomes internal. Balancing postures such as this one help with mental strength and clarity and balance and focus. If you come out, just join back in. Trees often wobble in the wind. Good. And slowly bringing the hands down to come back to the chair, depending on where they were. They were already there. We turn that left knee to point forwards, extending it out and bringing it down. Now let's all just come back to sit on our chairs. Just begin just a few neck rolls here. Rolling the neck in one direction and rolling the neck in the other direction. Let's come into our Tadasana chair posture. So for chair yoga, you have the feet parallel to the hips, the knees parallel. Palms resting on the thighs or turned up. Chin again parallel to the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. And just begin to lengthen the breath if it has shortened, turning the focus and the awareness back to the inner space. And just feel and observe and witness anything that comes up. Just allow it to pass through. Just feel your toes, feet, and ankles relax. Thighs, knees, calves. Just feel them relax. Feel your fingers and palms and wrists relax. Forearms, elbows, biceps relax. Buttocks, belly, chest relax. Throat, head, eyes, lips, nose relax. Just be here and now. Feel and just be. Take this moment now just to be in gratitude to yourself, to your body, to this co-created space, all the beings in this yoga practice, this digital yoga practice, to all of our guides and masters of light, including our own Guru Sri Vasudeva. May we always feel the divine grace and support and guidance in all that we do. We'll close our yoga practice for today with the prayer of togetherness. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Vunatu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Shavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we be protected together. May we be nourished together. May we achieve strength together. May our knowledge be full of light. And may we remain united beyond all differences. Om peace, peace, peace. Just rub your palms together, keeping the eyes closed here, generating some heat and some warmth. Placing them gently over the closed eyes, feeling the heat seep in. Just be with it. And then slowly take the hands from the face, gently opening the eyes when you feel ready. Thank you all so much for coming and joining us today with the yoga practice. I wish you a wonderful day. Namaskar.